Turbocharger?
No, naturally aspirated. Alright, so once again, you join us with quite a unique car. So this is a Honda Beat, Japanese import, and yeah, let's get going.
So what would be the specs of the car?
Okay, so this is a K car. So it's got a 650cc engine with around 64 brake horsepower. It's excessively light. I think it's only about 600-700 kilos. We'll put the exact figure here. I don't know off by heart. But yeah, no, it's a really, really small little car. It's very unique.
One of a kind, yeah.
Yeah, well, sure, they made quite a few different kind of cup cars. You had the Suzuki Cappuccino, you had the Honda Beat, and a couple other ones as well. But yeah, it's quite a unique car, yeah. So as you can hear, it's very much like a motorbike.
That's because it is.
Basically.
It is. It is a Honda motorbike engine. Yes.
I think so, yeah. If I'm not mistaken. It's a pity it's not a nicer day. It also had the roof down.
What would be the history about this car?
So I don't know exactly the history on the car, but it's been owned by a fella who's lent the car to us, and he's had it for a good few years. I remember it had a couple issues, so my dad and brother were the ones actually worked on it and got it back on the road. But yeah, it's a very nice car, and it's quite reliable. Like, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago they worked on it, and it's never given any issues ever since. So it's a great car.
Built like a Honda, they say. Hondas are very good cars, very indestructible.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
When you're going around corners, it feels like you're going on 3 wheels sometimes. It is a bit.
You and me probably weigh equally as much as the car. Nearly.
Cheers. So what would be the engine in the car?
Okay, so this is a 3-cylinder, 650cc Honda engine. Revs to about 8,500, 9,000 RPM, so it's quite high. It's very much like a motorbike. And the car is also only 760 kilos, so it's like pretty much a super light. Yeah. It's an incredibly light car.
Really incredible.
My foot's flat next to it in.
Flat to the mat. Go on.
We're losing RPM.
Wedgie R.
We're gaining RPM now.
Oh.
3 miles an hour, we've reached it, guys. We've done it, boys. We've hit 4 miles an hour. We've not played. We're down to 3.5 again.
So what would be the fuel consumption like?
Well, I brought some documentation here.
Okay.
Okay. So we have 25 quid at the petrol station, right? At £1.58 pence per litre, right?
Yep.
15.76 litres from completely empty to full. Now there was obviously a litre or two.
So that's how much it cost you, 25 quid?
25 quid and 4 pence. And I got 15.76 litres, and that filled the car up to like click.
So from driving from the petrol station to here, how much did that cost you in fuel, roughly?
20p.
Oh,
it's incredibly light.
Okay. Well, that's good.
You've got a 760 kilogram car, plus me, which is probably majority of the weight, with a 650 horsepower engine. Oh, sorry, 650cc engine, not horsepower, guys, not horsepower. So yeah, so it's not a very heavy engine, to drive, and it's like anything. If you drive it high RPM, it's going to use a lot more fuel than if you drive it, more responsibly with 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was the CEO or something of Honda. He used to drive this or something.
You're joking.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No, I think he did. I'm just remembering a story of that, and I can't remember if it was this car or it was a different car or whatever it was. But yeah, I think it was this.
So what would be some of the quirks of the car?
Okay, well, first of all, you can rev to about 9,000 RPM, which is pretty insane, right? It's only 2 seats, right? Okay, so it's not too bad. No storage, purely just a tire. You have an engine in the back with a boot. Now, that boot is quite comical, but it is quite a cool boot.
It's a boot nonetheless.
Yeah, some of our camera equipment fit in there, some. Yeah, no, it's incredibly light. Revs really high. 5-speed gearbox with a reverse, of course. It's got your handbrake, electric windows. It's got air conditioning. It's got all the pretty cool things. So it's got a tape deck as well. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
The old tape player.
Impressive.
But it is quite a comically small car.
I feel like I'm in a Mr. Bean movie. Or
yeah. it's like I had a Mini ages and ages and ages ago. The original Mr. Bean Minis,
yeah.
And they had a lot more space than this. Shockingly more space.
Well, keep in mind you were 8.
Excuse me, I was not 8.
What age were you then?
I was 11.
Yeah, the perfect age to drive.
11 to 14, okay. But remember, at 14, I was just shy of 6 foot. So Yeah, and then very much like, I think it's a Honda S2000. Between the two drivers, or between the two drivers, the driver and the passenger, there's a bit of a storage compartment for your tapes or whatever you need to put in there as well.
So would this car be rare?
Yeah, it's quite a rare car. It's obviously a Japanese import, so it's not something you get around every day. I've only ever seen one of these, personally, ever. If you have seen one of these, drop in the comments where you've seen it and how many you've seen. And yeah, it's a very rare car in my opinion, and there's not very many of them, specifically this region of the world. I think in Japan you'll get a lot more of them, but not here.
The thing I like about this car the most is it's in the in-betweener's colour.
It just doesn't have a red door.
We just need to spray paint the door red, and then in-betweener's car.
I should try see if I can convince Crawford. Alright, so the owner's actually redone the roof. When he was in Belfast a few years back, someone actually tore up the roof and damaged it. So he's had the roof repaired. He's got a new custom roof done, pretty much identical to original, but it's obviously new. He's also had the interior done, so the new seats with embroidery and stuff on that there as well.
Oh! Turbocharger?
No, naturally aspirated.
It's quite loud, oh my god.
Engine sits directly behind us.
Yeah.
It is quite a loud car, isn't it?
Jeez, were you revving it quite high there?
I think it was 8,000.
One thing I've noticed, I will have to say, is the vents, they look awfully similar to the MRS that we reviewed vents.
Yeah, I think they would be very, like, it's relatively, like, it's obviously a lot smaller than the MRS. The MRS is comically small, and then you get this. Yeah, it's very similar because it's obviously it's rear engine. So you have no engine in the front, you only have a spare wheel, no storage, so no front trunk. You have the engine in the back with the battery and everything, and then you have a very small trunk space. But yeah, you've got your air vents that feed the air to the engine, and obviously your radiators. And then yeah, you got a spoiler as well, which is quite unique. You don't really see that on a car with 63 horsepower anymore, do you?
Right, we're going to McDonald's.
Oh yeah. What do you think of the car? It's small, isn't it?
Cramped.
Would you drive? It's the question.
Maybe.
Do you think so?
I would love to see the amount of people that hate each other when they see it because it's yellow. That's you, go on ahead when you can, thank you.
Thanks. Hi mate. Thanks mate. Appreciate it. So we thought what we'd do is we'd get correctly proportioned food. So we've got the smallest burgers McDonald's have, because obviously that's correct proportions for the car, you know.
Well, thank you so much, Crawford, for letting us film this car. This is a one-of-a-kind, very rare car to see in Northern Ireland. So once again, thank you, Crawford, and thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out. Bye.
It's like, I think I could bench press this.
You reckon?
Ronnie Coleman could. Light weights, baby.
Ronnie Coleman shouting you out.
Yeah, come.
Come to Northern Ireland.
Test
Bench
it.
it. Bench this.